Before Hollywood celebrated Black excellence, there were actors and actresses who had to fight simply for the opportunity just to be seen. They weren't just entertainers, they were pioneers who walked into the industry that often told them where they could stand, what roles they could play, and how far they could go. Some became the first Black performers to achieve historic awards. Others challenged stereotypes that had limited Black stories for decades. Through their talent, courage, and determination, they helped transform Hollywood into a place where more voices and experiences could be represented. Today, we're honoring five Black Hollywood legends whose groundbreaking work challenged entertainment forever and whose influence can still be felt today. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Black History with your host, Miss Tay Nicole. Hollywood has not always been a place where Black performers were welcome or respected. During the early days of filming and television, Black actors were often forced into stereotypical roles that did not reflect the full humanity and intelligence and diversity of Black communities. Many performers had to fight against racism, segregation, and unfair opportunities just to have their talent recognized. But these pioneers refused to be defined by limitations placed on them. No. They used their performances to challenge acceptance, expectations, and open doors and prove that Black actors and actresses belonged at the highest levels of entertainment. Today, we're looking at five trailblazers who helped change Hollywood forever. The first honoree is Miss Hattie McDaniel, the first Black Oscar winner. When we talk about Hollywood history, Hattie McDaniel's name must be remembered. Born in 1893, McDaniels began her career as a singer and a performer before transitioning into radio and film. During a time when opportunities for Black performers were extremely limited, she worked her way into Hollywood and became one of the most recognizable Black actresses of history and of her generation. In 1939, Miss McDaniel appeared in the legendary film Gone with the Wind, where she played the role of Mammy. Her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination in 1940. She made history by becoming the first Black person to win an Academy Award when she won Best Supporting Actress. Her achievements were groundbreaking, but her victory also showed the painful reality of racism during that era. Even on the night she made history, Miss McDaniel faced segregation. She was not allowed to sit with the rest of her cast members because of racial discrimination, of course. Despite the barriers placed in front of her, Miss Hattie McDaniel's accomplishment created a path that future generations of Black performers could follow. She proved that Black talent belonged on Hollywood's biggest stages. The key thing I need you to take away from this is Miss Hattie McDaniel's opened doors, even when the industry was not ready to fully welcome her through it. The next person we're going to talk about, the next pioneer, is Mr. Sidney Poitier, Hollywood's barrier breaker. Few actors changed Hollywood like Sidney did. Born in the Bahamas and raised in the United States, Mr. Poitier entered in an industry where Black actors were often restricted to playing servants, criminals, and background characters. Instead of accepting those limitations, Mr. Poitier chose roles that showed Black men as intelligent, respected, compassionate, and complex. In 1964, he became the first Black man to win the Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in, I believe, his Lilies of the Field, I believe. But his impact went far beyond awards. Mr. Poitier started in films that challenged America's views on race and representation. And Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? He played a successful black doctor in a story that explored interracial relationships during a time when many Americans were still divided on that issue. In the heat of the night, he portrayed a detective, Virgil Tibbs, a character who demanded respect in society that often denied it. Sidney Poitier didn't just play a character, he changed what Hollywood believed a black leading man could be. His career proved that black actors could carry major films, leading stories, and represent dignity and excellence. Thank you, Mr. Poitier. Now, our next one, Miss Dorothy Dandridge, Hollywood's first black leading lady. Miss Dorothy Dandridge was a true Hollywood pioneer. During the 1950s, black actresses were rarely given opportunities to play leading roles, but Miss Dandridge, she challenged that reality. She said, "Through my beauty, talent, and unforgettable performances, I'm going to show you guys what I'm capable of." She became one of the first black actresses to achieve mainstream recognition as a leading lady, not just because she was beautiful. In 1954, she starred in a it starred as Cameron Jones in a musical film that showcased her incredible acting and singing capabilities. Her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, making her the first black woman nominated in that category. Although she did not win, her nomination was still historic and still powerful. Miss Dandridge represented something Hollywood rarely showed at that time, a black woman as the center of a major film. However, despite her success, she still faced discrimination and still struggled to receive opportunities that matched her talent. Her story is a reminder that breaking barriers does not always mean the barriers disappear immediately. Miss Dorothy Dandridge inspired generations of actresses who came after her, proving that black women belonged in leading roles and deserved their recognition. Thank you, ladies. Next lady up is Miss Cicely Tyson. Acting with a purpose, Cicely Tyson was more than just an actress. She was a storyteller who believed every role should have meaning. Through her career, which lasted more than 6 decades, might I add, Miss Tyson carefully selected roles that showed the strength, struggles, and humanity of a black woman. She refused to accept roles that reduced black characters to stereotypical ways. Instead, she chose stories that represented history, family, resilience, and survival. One of her most powerful performances came in Sounder, where she played or portrayed Rebecca Morgan, a mother trying to hold her family together during a difficult time. Excuse me. She also delivered an unforgettable performance in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, where she portrayed a woman whose life represented generations of Black history and perseverance. Miss Tyson's work earned her numerous awards and widespread respect across the entertainment industry. But perhaps her greatest achievement was using her career to make sure Black stories were told with honesty and dignity. She showed that acting was not just about entertainment, it was about preserving history and giving people a voice. Thank you, Miss Tyson. And final but not the last, Mr. Lewis Gossett Jr. Excellent through every role, Lewis Gossett Jr. was an actor demonstrating excellence across filming, television, and theater. With a career spanning for decades, Mr. Gossett Jr. showed incredible range and became known for powerful performances that commanded attention. In 1983, he made history by becoming the first black man to win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Male Actor. Or actor, actually. I think it was just actor. For his role in Gunnery Sergeant Elmer Floyd, an officer who, the point is, I can't think of what it was called exactly. Um, I gotta look it up. Hold on, let me see. It was, I think it was Elm Foyley. It was an officer, and I guess he was like, I don't know. I got to look it up and tell you guys later. I forgot the gist of the story. But his performance was so unforgettable, showing strength, discipline, and authority. Before that achievement, though, Mr. Gossett Jr. had already made an impact through television, especially with a groundbreaking role in a miniseries called Roots. You all know of it, right? Where he portrayed Fiddler. Roots became a cultural moment because it brought the history of slavery and African American, Black history and Black experiences into millions of homes. Throughout his career, Mr. Gossett Jr. continued proving that Black actors could excel in every genre and every role. His success helped inspire future generations of performers to pursue greatness. Now, when we look thank you, Mr. Gossett Jr. When we look at the careers of these five legends, we see a story of courage, perseverance, and progression. Miss Hattie McDaniel brought broke through one of Hollywood's biggest barriers by becoming the first Black woman to win an Oscar. Sidney Poitier changed the image of Black leading men and showed that Black actors could be the center of powerful stories. Miss Dorothy Dandridge challenged Hollywood's expectations and proved that Black women belonged in leading roles. Miss Cicely Tyson demanded authentic representation and used her career to honor Black experiences. Mr. Louis Gossett Jr. continued to break barriers and showed the excellence deserved recognition. Each of them created opportunities for actors and actresses who followed. The entertainment industry looks different today because of these pioneers refusing to give up. Black history isn't only written in textbooks, it is found on movie screens, television sets, and theater stages, and in the stories told by the people who refuse to be invisible. The careers of people like Hattie McDaniel, Sidney Poitier, Dorothy Dandridge, Cicely Tyson, and Louis Gossett Jr. remind us that progress is built one breakthrough at a time. Their talent opened doors, their courage challenged an industry, and their legacy continues to inspire millions. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Let's Talk Black History with Tay Nicole. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because somebody needs to hear this. And let me know in the comments which Black Hollywood legend should we put the spotlight on next. In the meantime, in between time, thank you guys for sticking around. As always, stay peaceful, stay blessed, and let's stay Black, baby. Peace out.